Welcome to Railway Legends, Myths, and Stories. I'm Kevin Standley. Today I'd like to talk about railroad grade crossings, or rather in this case, a specific crossing that had a problem. Recently, we had cause to drive to a city south of us on a highway that crosses the Minas subdivision of the Union Pacific Railroad. This is a remnant of what was once the Carson and Colorado Railroad and a line that once connected with the Tonopah and Goldfield, about which we've talked previously. This highway crosses the Minas sub twice, once near Fort Churchill State Historic Park and again at Wabusca north of Yarrington, and it was the latter crossing where we had this encounter. While the line doesn't get much traffic, there are occasional trains serving a power plant, local agricultural suppliers, and the odd train connecting with the military railroad to the south. In all of our travels over this road, we had never seen a train at either crossing. Today, however, as we approached Wabusca, we could see that the crossing lights were flashing, although the gates were not down. Of course, we slowed down, but to our surprise, the gates neither came down nor did the lights and bells stop. Now, we could have stopped, looked, and proceeded with caution, but we were curious about what was going on, so we pulled off the road and parked, and then went to investigate. There was no train to be seen in either direction, and you can see a long way from here. Trains do not travel fast on the Minas subdivision anyway, not more than about 40 kilometers per hour on a good day with a tailwind. Yet the signals continued to flash and ring. The rest of this is speculation, but we could see that one of the gates, instead of going up into its pocket, was fouling one of the signal lights. Also, the entire gate body was twisted. We think that possibly after a train passed here, a road vehicle went around one of the two gates and hit the other one, pushing it out of alignment without breaking the gates. And thus, when the gate tried to rise, it couldn't get back to where it belonged, and the signal mechanism kept it ringing and flashing. The grade crossing had clearly posted information on what to do in case of a signal malfunction. I called the Union Pacific grade crossing hotline and gave them the crossing number, verifying its location. The UP operator told me that it had been reported and a signal maintainer was on the way. In the meantime, a local law enforcement officer came by in a patrol car. The road traffic that had been passing over the crossing, some of them stopping to check but others just blasting through at speed, came to a halt as probably none of them wanted to get a ticket. Traffic in both directions of the two-lane highway began to back up rather quickly. We told the officer that we'd reported the crossing malfunction and a maintainer was on their way. The officer pulled over and, after apparently consulting with their dispatcher, stood by the crossing and started waving people through. Once the traffic had cleared, we continued on our way. About an hour later, we were on our way home, and as we came back to the Wabusca crossing, the lights were dark and the gate was in its normal upright position. We pulled over again and took a few more photos before leaving for home. From the debris near the crossing, this isn't the first time that someone had a close encounter with this crossing gate. It's always proper to obey grade crossing signals. If you must cross over what appears to be a defective signal, do so with extreme caution. After all, there might actually be a train coming. This is especially true at multi-track crossings, for when the first train you see has passed, there might be another one coming the other way on another track. Remember, trains can't stop quickly, and they certainly can't swerve out of the way. And as always, we'll see you on the train, but hopefully not at a grade crossing.